see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit.
Check this out.
Perfect.
Champion, the way of the warrior, champion eyes, get back up, my spirit cries.
But you're a well-rounded warrior. You keep on fighting. That's what I am. Well-rounded warrior. I say for me, I've been passed over my family, my fans, so-called family, some so-called family members, some friends, and etc. Pass over me. They feel that I'm not even there. And I used to accept it as I'm going to prove something to you. Nah. That I have to understand when I get older is what I am. And I have to understand that when I'm moving of a certain space of my life to strive to do better, not that many people is going to understand your vision. Not many people is refused to understand the growth of your vision, of your self-vision. The growth of your vision help some.
You ain't lying.
Hey, what's good? Welcome back. This is my channel Underated. Darkest yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best catch secrets on YouTube. The best of the business. That's what I am. Coleman Bay, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciate. Thanks for coming. This is the Underrated Boxing Talk number 30. 31 is going to be number 31 is going to be special tonight. That is 9:05. So waiting for this person to come through and everything like that. Thank you so much, Coleman. Thank you so much, Coleman, babe. We're going to talk about the fights that has happened this past weekend, and also we're going to talk about some. So let's see what happened. Let me get brother right here, the one and only brother Clarence McLean of McLean Production. Also, he got No Duck Zone.
Zone podcast, yes sir.
No Zone podcast. Let me. I forgot my bag. Let me show you. This is it right here.
Yes sir.
You
Yes,
got
sir.
merchandise. You got merchandise out here coming in you real soon. This the brother had give me right here. No duck song. So thanks again, brother. How you feel?
Oh man, I can't complain, man. You know me, I'm feeling good, man. Fresh off the Hall of Fame. You know, I'm good,
Oh
baby.
yeah. We ain't gonna talk about that because we're gonna talk about that tonight at
Yes, sir.
9:05. That's gonna be a special underrated boxing talk number 30, 31. That's gonna be 9:05 p.m. East Standard Time tonight. So he gonna come back. He gonna be a special guest, and it might be some might come through. Don't know yet, but we gonna talk a little about that. But we gonna talk about this fight. We gonna get into it right now. What now? Um, there's a fight that oh and Anderson Silva against Chavez, and Chavez lost to Miss Martial Arts that first time he boxed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah,
It's. I'm not gonna act like I was surprised when I heard. First of all, I wasn't going to order that, so it didn't even matter. No disrespect to the legends, but I wasn't going to order that for some reason. I just wasn't interested. But when I heard what happened, I couldn't act surprised, and I think anybody who acts surprised, you don't know boxing. First of all, we know what Chavez is. He's nothing like his father. He will never be anything like his father. And he
yeah,
lost it long. First of all, he lost it a long time ago. The drug addiction, the dressing up like a woman. The boy was basically started to almost become the Dennis Rodman of boxing. The only difference is Dennis Rodman still had his talent. He was just
right,
Dennis Rodman without the talent, which means he started to become, in my eyes, a goofball. You know, he started with the drugs and all that, whatever type of drugs he was on. I mean, it's sad to say, man, even though he carries his father's name, to me, he's a disgrace. And if he's fighting right now, it's just for money. There's got to be. It's got to be. I can't see no other reason why he would still fight. That's just my opinion. People may not agree with me, but this is Clowns for Clan. I'm gonna speak this on my mind. It is what it is.
yeah. Okay, that's what's up. Let me get this right here. Yeah. So let's talk about the fights that actually happened this weekend.
Well, I didn't see any because you got to remember, due to me being at the Hall of Fame,
Oh, right.
I've only got to glance at some stuff on social media. We all know the Teofimo Lopez fight was canceled due to him claiming to have COVID, which
Right.
I find that kind of odd, and so does the rest of the
Yeah.
boxing. They find that kind of
Yeah.
odd. I think I just felt like he just pulled a. I felt like in my eyes he just pulled a Ryan Garcia. That's what I felt like he just pulled. I don't feel good. I got mental health, but and it was crazy, right? Because one of the interviews they had with Teofimo, he was just telling people, "Excuse me," and he had a mask on his face. He said, "I'm trying not to catch the COVID." And I believe that was not last week, because this is a new week. I think the week before, this might have been about 2 weeks ago, he said that. And then boom, this happens. I don't believe it's the COVID. I have nothing against Teofimo. I am a fan of his. But just because I'm a fan of you, that doesn't mean I'm going to stick up for you when you're wrong. I'm not going to do that. I'm no doctor. I have no paper. Until they show some paper, they have to show some type of proof of him having the COVID. Other than that, I'm not believing that. Well, to me, it's just a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, um, I would say that I would be nice. I used to call it another name for Teller, but I ain't gonna say that. But I found very, very odd that quote quote he had COVID.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you got COVID now, huh? I got a new name from you. Want to hear it?
What?
Tell a no show.
Tell him no show.
Yeah,
Yeah, tell him no show.
yeah. Tell a no show. He all of a sudden he got COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, tell him no show. Tell him that'll be a no show.
But this is the same one that he said other fighters are scared of him. They don't want to fight him.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that, and he also said that a lot of these guys in the division, who have they fought? They have to fight somebody before they get to him. But the problem is, you know why nobody can fight anybody? Because everybody's too busy ducking every damn body, and everybody's making too much excuses of why they can't fight. I am surprised he came with this. When Ryan Garcia came with him not feeling good and the whole mental health, it did surprise me because he don't want to fight no real competition anyway, right? But he brags about so much about how skillful he is.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have Teofimo pulling this off. It's my thing is this, right? I love this sport and I love it for what it's for, and I may not know everything, and there's some things that I'm still learning, like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But this room does not. The boxing world has no more room for these goofy ass fighters with these goofy ass excuses of why they can't fight. I mean, if your mother died, your father died, your child died, okay, your trainer died, that's more acceptable. I could do that. And I'm not saying that it's possible for you to catch the COVID and you can't fight. Cool. But it seemed like too many athletes are yelling this COVID shit. And it's just, it's annoying. And, that's one of the reasons why it's probably so hard for us to get fights up here in New York at the Barclay or the Garden, because even the people who work at these venues, we have basketball going on, we got hockey going on, but when you say, well, what about boxing? The first thing they say is, well, due to the COVID. And you fighters that's hollering and screaming about you got COVID and you really ain't got it, you are fucking it up for us. You really are. And that shouldn't be no excuse for them to not have any fights at these venues. Well, come on, man. I wasn't looking forward to seeing Teofimo and Kambosos. I don't know much about Kambosos, but I felt like it was going to be explosive. But now we'll never see. We'll never see. So you did all that talk, Lopez, leading up to the fight. Y'all getting in each other's faces. Y'all damn near ready to fight at the press conference, and we thinking, okay, something's gonna happen, and then you pull this. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. And you have to start. I don't care if you're a fan or not. You got to start calling these fighters out when they BS. You got to call them out on it.
Yeah. But let me pull this up. Yeah, but like I said, it's gonna be a special tonight. It's gonna come right back to this channel, and yours truly, the Underrated one, with my brother Clarence McClain. He's gonna talk about Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. And to tell wet the people's beak a little bit, with just get them just a little something to 905.
What you want me to give him? What you want me to give him, Underrated? What you want me to give him?
Say one champion that you shook hands. Just give him one name. Any name, just pick him one.
Well, that's easy. My the former was it safe to say the former 2-time heavyweight champion? If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Riddick Big Daddy Bo.
Oh, you heard that, right?
Yes.
He shook hands. I seen it.
Got to go out and eat dinner with him.
Right. That's it. That's all we're gonna give him.
That's all we're gonna give you. This
That's
is
all
a
we're gonna
two.
give you. Want to
This
hear
is
the
a
rest?
yeah.
9:05 tonight. Come back. You want to hear more?
Hey, and I'm not saying no more tonight if y'all don't hit my man's Cash App. So if you don't hit the Underrated One's Cash App, you're not getting no more information. I'm just gonna tell you whatever I want to tell you. So you gotta smash that like button and you gotta throw something in my man Cash App. Y'all gotta stop wanting all this information, but y'all don't want to pay for the information, man. Straight up. If you want to hear some juicy stories, I could get that to you. But you gotta hit my man Cash App. If not, man, it's a wrap. Forget it.
And there it is right there. There's the Cash App. There's the PayPal. All right. Oh well. Look, we could definitely talk about the child fight.
Like I said, the same way I found out about everything else that was going on, when I seen the picture of his face, I said, "What the hell happened to him?" He looked like he had got jumped. It don't look like that was a one-on-one fight. It looked like he got jumped. I never went back over the highlights to see what happened. Some people say that he won in fashion. I don't know how, because when I seen the other kid's face, he didn't look too damaged. But I've never seen Charlo looking like that. Now, what people got to understand, because people are quick to criticize you when they see you get demolished in one fight, or not demolished. Let me change that. When you start getting a bruised up face, the first thing people say, well, he shouldn't get a title shot, or he should get a shot at this fighter. You got to understand. Styles makes fights. And how you beat everybody else, you could beat 100 fighters out of 99. That still leaves what? You know what I'm saying? That still leaves one fighter. Obviously, this kid was talented enough. I never did my homework on him. I think I looked at a couple of highlights of him, but obviously the fight wasn't that easy, because Charlo would have never came out of there looking the way that he looked. I have never seen him looking like that. Never. I can't remember a time seeing him even swell up. Not that I know of. So a lot of people say, well, why should he fight Canelo? Why should he fight Caleb Plant? Or why should he fight a David Benavidez? You cannot judge him off that one fight. He had one bad fight. How many fighters, right, have you known, Underrated? You've been watching boxing probably before I was even thought about being born. How many fighters have you seen look horrible in maybe one or two fights, and then after that they bounce back?
Quite a few.
Quite a few, right? So we can't judge a fighter off of just. I mean, look what the situation that was going on with Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. How there was times where Frazier made him look bad. Frazier went on to fight George Foreman. What did George Foreman do? Shit, make him look bad. What George Foreman do after that? He fought Ali. What happened? Ali made him look bad. I'm sure nobody back then was saying George and Ali shouldn't fight. Look what happened. Look what happened to Ali in his last fight. Styles make fights, man. So we can't judge somebody over just one bad fight, man. Now, if you've been fighting like that in your last 4 or 5 fights, maybe 3 fights, then I'll be like, nah, man, you don't need to fight that dude. You might need to rethink that, or you need some tune-ups. So we can't judge him off that fight. Now, in his next 2 fights, or his next fight, if he continues to look like that, then we can say, no, man, Charlo, it ain't your. I don't know what you got going on, but it ain't your time. But we can't just get on him because of one fight, man. He did what he did. He still came out the winner. I wouldn't care if he came out looking like Two-Face from Batman. It wouldn't have mattered. He still won. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So now it's just on to the next. We got to see what happens with him. But shout out to Jamel Jamal, even though a lot of people are upset with Jamel right now, but it's all good. Lions only. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. And also he won undisputed. And
Sorry.
so let's talk about that. Why it's so important. Let me get TS
People
boxing up in
realize
peace.
undisputed makes you the man. It just doesn't, it makes you the guy. So now when you're
Yeah.
undisputed, you basically went from being the hunter to being the hunted. You know what I mean? Now people are on your ass. You know what I mean? And it's no running. That's why undisputed is very, very important. Just like it is in the UFC, it's important. It's just as important in boxing. But like I said, everybody cannot judge him off of just this one fight he came off. We have to see now that he's undisputed. Now we have to see what he does in the next fight. If he fights the same way he did in the last one, then the Canelo's out the window. A David Benavidez is out the window. Hell, a Bubo Andre should be out the damn window. You know what I mean? So we just have to wait and see though. But yeah, being undisputed is it's very important. It's so important. It's just as important as winning the Super Bowl. It's just as important as winning the NBA Finals. It's just as important as winning the World Series, man. It's very important to these guys because these guys work hard to get the undisputed. Not just to be the champion, but to be the undisputed champion. There's a difference.
God, please.
Hey, you still there on the rig? Underrated.
Yeah, I'm right here. I got cut off. Okay, we're gonna introduce some TS boxing in the building. Um, um, you go. Can he introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, man. What's up, man? Long time no see. What's up going on, Clarence, man? Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to people in the chat.
TS, where you been at? Where you been at, man?
Well, my wisdom teeth was just causing me issues. I got the surgery done, and now I'm getting back to it, just recovering now. It's kind of hard to get used to because like I can feel like the holes closing up in the back of my teeth.
Oh,
So it's gotten better. The pain is like nowhere near what it was, but I can pretty much eat whatever I want now. I just have to make sure to clean out.
well, I'm glad you're doing better. We were missing you, so we're glad you're back.
Yeah, we mentioned. Yeah, because the last time he was on here, Clarence, he was a soldier. He stuck it out. He did, but he was real bad. He stuck it out. So we glad that you sound good. Before we get to you, TS Boxing, I will advise you to come back tonight because brother Clarence McClain he took him and his wife took the trip to Florida and he was part of the Boxing Hall of Fame. And we're gonna do a special tonight.
Oh wow!
Of the underrated boxing talk number 31. So he's gonna be the main. He's gonna be this. So I advise you to come back here 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Clarence, right this minute, he's working on trying to get some people to come on here. So it's gonna be a treat. But I'm gonna give you a little something, TS. He had dinner with the two-time heavyweight champion Riddick Bowe. Am I correct, brother McClain?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I've definitely got to tune in to see that. I'll try
Yeah,
to.
he got a lot. He got a whole lot of treats.
Oh man, listen. He wasn't the only world champion, but like I said, I can't spill the beans. It was a couple of more, but tonight everybody has to tune in at 9:05, and there will be definitely a special guest that I had to pull his arm this morning to get him to come on with me, and he said he would have the honor and the pleasure. So it's
wow. Claire, do I know who he is?
He's not who you think he is. It was somebody else I decided to reach out to, buddy.
What? No. Oh, listen. Do not tell me until
Hey, 9:05, tune in, buddy. 9:05, tune in.
But you can tell me though, right?
I can't tell you, baby. You got to tune in at 9:05 on the radio. You know I love you like a brother.
Okay. Listen. 9:05. Listen,
9:05.
y'all. 9:05. So
And
that
not a
means,
minute, and not a minute late.
and I'm gonna let you know right now, I was y'all, because I'm gonna chime this up like 8:55. I'm not gonna start it, but I was y'all. You better tell some people, top of people, get in the chat room before 9:05.
Immediately.
Immediately. Thank you. Immediately.
Yes, sir.
All right. He said that he got somebody to come tonight. Now I'm gonna tell you how special it is. If he can't even tell me, and I respect that, y'all, listen, it's going down up this channel tonight with my brother Clarence McLean. And we gonna break. I'm just letting you know right now. Y'all, get there before 9:05 tonight. That's all I'm saying. 9:05 tonight. Get there before 9:05 tonight. Now, we're going to turn right to TS Box. Have you watched any fights this week, brother TS?
Yeah. Yeah, the weekend, yeah. You mean this weekend or last weekend?
This past weekend.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Your analysis, please.
I thought the Top Rank card was a joke. That guy came there to lay down. I mean, they're selling bullshit over there. I mean, that guy stood no chance. What else? Also, the Charlo comments, I think it's laughable. Jamel.
If you want to talk about it in a few minutes, we can.
Yeah, we can talk about it in a few minutes. I'll just try to.
Let's talk about it in a few minutes. Well, you keep on going, bro.
Yeah. What else? We got the Charlo card. I think those were the main two cards, the ESPN and the Charlo card. He was only the one black fighter on the main event on Juneteenth, so makes sense.
Well, so also we can talk about that too. Keep on going.
But the other cards on it, I think I watched the three of them. I watched the two Hispanic guys, the Almeida and the other guy he fought, which is all right. You know, nothing moving and shaking. And the next guy, the Isaac Cruz guy, who's a dirty fighter, but he's a dog. He's like a limited Sean Porter. I think Sean Porter is a dirty fighter too, but that's just my opinion. And the main event, Charlo versus Montiel. Now I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'm tired of defending the Charlo. I mean, well, I never liked Jamel really, but I've just got to keep it 100. Montiel is a bum who worked his ass off in camp. Who worked his ass off. He gave it everything. They were out there. I was seeing one of the Showtime, what was it, cards or YouTube videos or whatever they had going, the behind the scenes. And he had been training. He was at his place already 3 months up until then. And you know they do those cuts probably a month out before the fight. So he probably trained for 4 months hard. And you could tell because he was getting hurt in the middle rounds, but he was able to recover. So he had his stamina, he had his legs. I think if he was a better fighter, he could have dropped Charlo with a body shot or something, because he was definitely hurting him to the body. He may have stunned him a little bit to the head, but nothing serious. But those body shots he was hitting him with was really hurting him. Charlo just got the job done, really. I mean, it wasn't like he was losing rounds, but it wasn't his best performance. And I don't like the talk after. He said that the only way he'll get Underated, or he won't fight Underated, if Underated goes and fights Montiel. Forget about that. I'll fight Montiel. I'll fight Montiel. Let me train, and we'll see what happens. Because Montiel is not all that. It's just a bum who gave it his best shot. That's all it was. And Charlo got the job done. Not a great job, but he did it, and he should, move on. Hopefully they could get some better opponents in the ring. I just find it surprising. His last guy was great, Derevyanchenko. I think that was a really good performance. But I know he needs some money and a hometown fight, but that's not something I would do. I'm not fighting any bums. I'm just doing it like Gary Russell. Gary Russell refuses to fight unless it's a good fight. He just plain won't fight.
That's good. So let me read this out before we continue, and after that, we are going to get into the Wilder and Charo talking and stuff. But let me read this out first on the thing. First, then we're going to get this thing going. Then after that, we'll make some announcements. Then we're going to keep it going. Come and join Real Conversations with the number one GRINDA, us as the righteous ones. Individually, let's make a change within ourselves and genuine being there for each other. We all we got. We all we got. All right. Now make this announcement throughout. All right. The one Jay Dixon, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Clarence McLean had went to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, him and his wife, this past weekend. He had shook hands with the former two-time heavyweight champion, Riddick Bowe, and he's going to have a surprise guest tonight. And that's going to be coming. That means you got to come back here 9:05, because this one is the Underrated Boxing Talk number 30. It's a special one. Is tonight, 9:05. So I would advise y'all to get at the chat before 9:05 because it's going down. 9:05. It's going to start, but get here before because it's going down tonight. Clarence McLean, he has had a good old time. And he's going to have a special guest besides him coming tonight on this channel. So pass the word out. Let people know because it's going down tonight, 9:05. So we're going to get back now. We're going to get back to the thing. And then Clarence McLean, I want you to get into what Charlo said about Wilder. And then also TS, I want you to get into it too.
Saying race didn't matter. What was it? How he put it? I was on Champ's side when he came on. Charlo came in the comment section and said that. I thought that was the dumbest shit to say, especially when you were in Texas and you had he wasn't in Texas. He was somewhere. I forgot what Charlo was. He was somewhere and he had a fight. Mm-hmm. And he got booed. And some of the people that were booing him were black.
Wow.
So how in the hell can you sit there and say, lately, and it's sad because like I said, I'm a fan of his, but it's like some of this shit he says, I don't get it. I just don't get it all the time. And it's hard for you to sit there and say that race has nothing to do with it. Shit has everything to do with it. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a pound for pound list. His brother and him are not on that list. Right or wrong?
Facts.
Neither one of them on that list. I don't even think Tank Davis is on that damn list. So how the hell race does not play a part, my brother? Help me to understand that. I think fighters just say whatever they just say whatever the hell comes out their mouth that they think that they're gonna get credit for, and you're not gonna get credit for that shit. Race does matter. It always mattered. It mattered before we were born. It's still gonna go on when we leave here. It is what it is. You know, I mean, you know, I don't know, man. But he has to choose his words carefully because when he runs into Wilder, he's gonna have to keep that same energy.
Yeah, Doc. TS Boxing, please follow up.
Yeah, so he said the whole race doesn't matter stuff, and then Wilder was with Fred, and they had an interview. They got together, and Wilder was just talking about it, and he basically put Jamel on blast, saying that Jamel is a stupid bitch, which he is, and that he should get slapped for that. And he really didn't need to do anything because the people tore him up. So Jamel, he had a press conference. Of course, nobody was there for his fight that's coming up in 2-3 weeks. And they only had a couple of reporters. And Jamel's talking about, well, first thing I want to say is I like Wilder. You know, but he talks about slapping me. Well, I'll get shooters to smoke his bitch ass. But we don't really need to take it there or whatever. So he the thing with him is he runs away, he takes a step forward, and he runs right back. He was talking about punching other people and getting into it with other people with Tank. Listen, if Tank hit him with something, he'd probably knock him out too. So, of course, when it comes to Wilder, if Wilder looked at him, he'd put him in a spiral. So with these guys, it's better to just be quiet because I knew they were weird for a long time. It's just sad that it comes out now at an important time like this. But, you know, that's the reason he's not on pay-per-view anymore. You know how much they got for their last pay-per-view together. They couldn't crack 100K. It's sad, but that's the truth of it. And I can understand the frustration. Tank is on pay-per-view before you. Wilder's on pay-per-view, and he's a week after you. And you're undisputed. You're going for undisputed. And, you know, nothing. You're on free TV. So I can get, if that's the issue, he should just come out and say it. You know, I'm really frustrated. That's why I'm like this. You know, talk to somebody about it. Don't hold it in to start saying stuff that'll get you in trouble. That's my take.
Okay. I will say this. Chow, we have your brother on here on this channel. Salute to the big Chow. But what you said, you are very out of touch of race matters in this country. You're gonna let me know that you are out of touch as a black man. And you actually disrespecting what us as black men that we still striving right now, that they still consider us as not being human. And look how they still treat the black fighter. And you still saying that dumbness. Clarence McClain, you can follow that on up, and then we can jump to something else.
I mean, I already said what I said about it. It's like Tia said, man. Sometimes it's just best that you just keep your mouth shut because a lot of these fighters spend more time talking than they do fighting anyway. So it's like at the end of the day, do yourself a favor because the thing is, the more you talk, the more you're just hanging yourself. It's like, just shut up. I'd rather you not even make a comment. And these people, you know, these fighters, they let the media set them up sometimes. Because sometimes the media asks them a question. Instead of them declining it, like Tyson Fury just did recently when he says, no comment. No comment. Sometimes you have to do that. No comment. Because once you say something, that's it. It's out there. There's no apologizing. There's no taking it back. And then, first of all, I would never want to say nothing negative about Wilder and then have to see that man in person. He is the last person on earth that I would want to say something about and then be at a venue. Because it's not like these guys don't run into each other. So you have to think about what you say before you say it. And all that, the gangster talk about getting your goons. First of all, you are a professional. If you want to do that street shit, quit boxing and go to the streets and be a gangster, sell dope and all that. But when you're in this type of business, you are a professional. You have to handle it like a professional. You understand? All that gangster talk, that don't mean a damn thing. You understand? Because if something like that was to happen to Wilder, guess what position that puts you in? You are a father. You have kids. You have to act like an adult. It's just sad. That's what I got to say about it, man. But his best bet is not to make any more comments about Wilder, because when you see him in the street or at a venue, it is going to be a problem. It doesn't need to be like that. We don't need to see our brothers, successful $1 million men, going at it like a bunch of street rappers. We don't need that.
No, that's a good point. But I want to get into this one, and I want your brothers to get into it. I'm gonna leave it to Clarence. Then I'm gonna come back, and I want TS Box. I want you to follow this up. There are some talking now that Bud might fight the winner of Josh Taylor fight. What you think about that?
Well, first of all, before we answer that, we got to know who Josh Taylor is fighting. We don't know who he's fighting. You saying that Crawford is going to meet the winner out of Josh Taylor and who?
Whoever who's gonna fight next. That's talking. But also,
I can't respond to that until I know who Josh is fighting.
That's true. I agree on that.
I am interested in seeing Crawford back in the ring. And I'm not going to say I don't care who he fights, because if I say I don't care, then as soon as he gets some low top tier opponent, then we all complaining about it. I want to see him in there with some competition. So hopefully whoever Josh Taylor is fighting, I don't know. I even like to see him and Josh Taylor go at it, if that's possible. I just want to see him fight somebody that's competition. I don't care about their name. It just needs to be competition.
Also, there is some talking that he might meet Josh Taylor next, too.
Yeah. They were saying about September, October, it's possible for the fight to happen. Would that be a smart move on Josh Taylor's behalf? I don't know, because now he has to put on 7 pounds and try to go up there and do that. I mean, I don't know. Anything is possible in this sport. We can't say it can't happen. Nobody saw Tank Davis going up to 140. Some people say they did see it. I'm one of the guys who didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. So it's possible for Josh Taylor to go to 147. In this sport, you have to expect the unexpected.
CS Boxing, please.
Yeah, salute to J.A. Dixon in the chat. He said, "Who's smacking?" Wilder said he should. He said that Jermell should get smacked for what he said. And then J.A. Dixon says, "Yeah, I heard that too." Taylor, they say he wants Taylor Ramirez or Jose Zepeda. They're saying that I heard that they want to put Zepeda and Crawford together in October. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
At 147, so they want to pull Zepeda up to fight Crawford. Apparently, this is his last fight on the contract. Hopefully, just hopefully, somebody could get in Crawford's ear and says, "Listen, just please leave Top Rank. There's nothing there for him. I don't. Other than the Top Rank BS, he's a decent person. Like, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dog in the ring. He's a good fighter.
and he talks sense. He knows boxing. He wasn't like all these other Top Rank idiots and dorks saying, "Oh yeah, Fury won fair and square." First thing he said that Wilder had no legs, something was wrong with him. So this is obviously an intelligent individual. I feel like he's being blackmailed to stay at Top Rank. That's what I think is going on. Something is seriously wrong.
But let me say this, okay? Because me and Class, we talked about TS Boxing. We've been talking about this on my channel too. You've been last 3 months. You have been on the panel a few times. So I will say this. I call Terrence Crawford because I really don't like the motherfucker. I really don't. So I'm gonna call him TC today. I'm being nice. He had a chance to lead Top Rank and he didn't. And I'm at this. How are you gonna let a dirty wild animal eater? Now, who I call dirty wild animal eater? What's name? Who's that? Terrence McClain.
Fury. Tyson, no Fury.
Thank you. I call him dirty wild animal. How you can let him get a beautiful payday and you keep your mouth shut? Then you see how they treat you, TC, and you sign them up again. Bad enough in the welterweight division, you fight none but bunch of cold 45s that you can go through it. Then you turn down a 60-40 with a one belt. Well, you don't want to fight Spence. Because you feel 10% you should get more. But TC, you got one belt. So for me, I don't have no sympathy for him. And then you want to go down to 140 that you went undisputed. The fight Taylor. Oh, he bought Taylor. Oh, he did it again. That don't mean nothing to me. Because you already done it.
Hey, Underrated, not to cut you off. You know what I was thinking? Maybe he's asking for that 10% because maybe Bob Arum needed. Because remember, Bob said, "I waste money on you."
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's giving it back to Bob. Because, hey, listen. First of all, promoters got to get paid too. This is what people have to understand.
Yes,
they're promoting for free. The thing is to make money off your ass. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if he's asking for that 10%, believe me, man, shit, it's probably to give some of that to Bob too.
Okay. Sister Knight said thanks for coming, and he said, "Yep, October 23rd." So that means that's the day. J.A. Dixon, let me know. That's the day that TC contract will expire on Top Rank.
Okay.
Is it? I'm just asking.
I don't know the date.
October 23rd.
I don't know the date. I know October is definitely the deadline.
So J.A. Dixon, let us know that's the date that his contract finally expired. Can you type that in, please? I believe I heard it's October 23rd too. I just want to make sure. Brother TC, please.
Yeah, October 23rd, or almost a year since he last fought. So, Bud versus Zepeda.
Oh, okay. He said that's the date they talking about fighting. Oh, okay, Zepeda. Oh boy, but that's along the way that that's contract expired, right? In October, right?
Yeah, that's the last fight on the contract.
Okay. And that's on the welterweight?
Yep. Yeah, they're pulling him up.
So Zepeda was a 140, if I'm mistaken. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh God, this is okay. Let me. I need to drink Big Cold 45 for this shit. So you pull a subpoena from 140 to make him legit to fight a 147. But you beat him if you beat him. If and then you're going to get praised for that. Then you're supposed to ride away from the sunset. Like Brother McClain said, you can't make this up, yo. You can't make this up. Y'all go ahead and talk about it. I done.
I'm just curious to see where does Bud go from there. Because my thing is when your lease is up, contract is up, however you want to call it, and it's like having an apartment. You have a lease, and it's coming to an end. But if I know the landlord keeps talking shit about me, I don't want to resign that shit and stay in his building. You making me real uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. So why would I go out my way to do that? For me to sign another lease to stay in his building and he's talking shit about me, it's ludicrous. Why would I do that? Why not go and live somewhere else where I could be better and I could breathe better? I get better opportunities. I don't know where Bud is going to do. A lot of people say they want to see him cross the street and come to PBC. I guess that'll work out for him if they want to make the Spence and Bud. Well, I guess he's gonna have to cross the street. Just number one, ain't a damn thing going on the zone. So go to the zone. That's ain't nothing happening in the zone. Ain't nothing but a bunch of sleepy hollows on the zone.
Yeah.
Like it's not even worth going to them. So we have to just wait. October will be here before we know it, and we'll just have to wait to see what decision he makes there.
Yeah. Before I get to you, TS Box, let me read this. JS says, I believe that Bub had already resigned with Top Rank, and that the whole contract expiring thing was just a create intrigue. You know what? That make a lot of sense.
Wow.
But I was thinking along what you say, Jay Dix. I really believe that. Yeah.
Hey, but that was like them telling us that the Wild. That's just like them telling us that the Fury and AJ was going to happen on. Goddamn well it wasn't.
Right, that's true though too. Then also says Sapita just fought Hank Lonely like 2 weeks ago, and he looked like trash. And you are absolutely right about that. He did look trash.
That fight was doo-doo.
It was so much doo-doo. I didn't even want to doo-doo on the toilet. That's how bad it was.
Oh man,
damn.
That's bad.
That's bad. That bad. You can't even doo-doo yourself. That bad that was. It was just, and then you just showed sending subpoena to the wolves. Yeah. So that means that's gonna be another win that we're gonna question. Like, you supposed to beat Sapita because he looked trash against for Hank Lundy.
And mind you, Hank Lundy was a guy that Crawford beat.
Right.
What the hell is going on? Somebody want to explain to me?
So I'm saying, we are we fighting recycling boxes now?
Hey, we throwing the belts in the trash and then we going to get them out.
I know. Go ahead, TS Boxing, please elaborate on this, please, because you can't make this thing. Oh my God. God.
Yeah, I mean, he's running out of time. How old is he? He'll be 35 this year, I think. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, he is. He's no more than Crawford's no more than 34, 35. Him and Spencer are like maybe 2 years apart from each other.
He was born. I think he turns. I think he turns 34 this year.
Yeah. Him and Spence are about right. They're about right there. Far as the age, you know, and this is something else I want to talk about too before we continue.
Go ahead.
I mention this all the time, and I've mentioned this a million times to you, Underrated.
Yes, sir.
What these fighters have to realize, especially these ones that's older, that's 31, 34 years old, y'all gotta understand this. Y'all are wasting too much time trying to set something up where you guys can fight each other. But then you got young lions out here like a Virgil Ortiz, a Bruce Ennis, a Tank Davis. You got all these young lions. What they have to understand is this sport is not promised forever. After a while, it becomes a young man's sport. Once upon a time, the Spence, the Crawfords, the Danny Garcias, you guys were young lions, and some of y'all got in there with the old lions and ran the old lions out because some of the old lions didn't know when to walk away. Now you guys are those old lions. Then these young lions are staring y'all down and they waiting to get y'all up out of here. If you don't take these fights now, I'm guarantee you, you're not gonna have to retire on your own. There's gonna be one of these young lions that's gonna retire your ass. You're gonna wish you did walk away from the sport. So I say all that to say is these guys are looking at it like, hey, I'm 30-something years old. I still got time. You don't have as much time as you think you are. Because let me tell you something. I would not want to have to be on the same side of the street as a Bruce Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. If I did, I would probably pee in my pants. I don't want to do it.
And they getting right. And they getting better and better.
Yeah. You take a guy like, first of all, you take a guy like Bruce Ennis who looks like he should be a damn middleweight.
And right, and that's a good point that I didn't mean to cut you off. That's a good point. TS boxing, I want you to get into that too, but Clarence, I want you to find out too. It goes to show Ennis is not going to be there for long. He's not. He too big. He too skilled and big. So I'm saying, Bud, this is what I'm saying. If you want to fight the best, you got Bruce Ennis and Virgil, Virgil Ortiz. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. If I'm saying, if Jay Dixon say he's right, and I'm not saying that he's wrong. If you re-signed with Top Rank, I'm just saying, you got Bruce Ennis and Virgil Hill. That's all I'm saying.
Mind you, I'm not just speaking about the welterweights. I'm just speaking about young lions in the sport, period.
Right.
You guys, they are training hard. These are the same kids that watched you when you were world champion and they were still in the amateurs. And they said to themselves, I have to get prepared because one day I might fight this. I might fight my idol. So even though you guys are their idol, this is business. Nothing personal. So at the end of the day, they are coming for you. If Boots decided in the next 6 months to leave 147, some of y'all asses are going to be in trouble because we know what comes after 147. So why are y'all standing around with your hands in your pocket, playing around, joking? Just be aware, this young man has a lot more years left in the game than y'all have. He has a lot more games, a lot more years left than y'all have. Y'all better stop playing and start paying close attention, man.
Yeah, but I say this. TS, get into it, please. Please. I want you to engage.
Yeah, I gonna say? Yeah, they don't really have much time left. Once you hit like 34, 35 at these lower weights, your body won't respond the same. Like,
Right.
I mean, there's only one person who could do that. Well, his body didn't respond the same, but he figured out ways. That if you're not B hop, then it pretty much doesn't doesn't pan out. So just 35 in general, you're not going to be as sharp as you are when you were 25. So it's
Right.
all about,
Right.
getting active and fighting the best while you have the time. Because if not, then you're going to be at a disadvantage.
That's true. And also, tell me, brother, something right or wrong. When you start hitting like, cause see, people said Spence, he reaching up, but he started late
Yeah.
in his professional career. So if you think about it, he got at least I said about another 4 or 5 years. So and then also have to understand too that he's still growing too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he wanted to get the welterweight out the way so he could start going to 154 because ain't but so long he had to leave welterweight. That's like a Boost is. That's why like I would love to see Boost is. And before we could continue this, what do you think Boost it is and then Spence meet each other in a 154?
TS, you go ahead. Go first.
What happens when Boots goes up to
If,
154?
if Boost go to 154 and him and Spence had to meet up, I'm gonna throw a wrinkle in there for unification.
Uh-huh. Huh. That's a good fight. At 54.
Yeah.
Boots, the thing with him, Ennis is yeah.
Yeah, throw
Ennis
a
has
wrinkle in it,
more
did I?
room physically. Ennis has a much higher ceiling. He's taller. He's longer. He's got a frame with more potential than Spence. Spence can get bigger, but not overall because he's only like 5'8", 5'9".
And Bruce still growing too, because Bruce still young. Am I correct?
Yeah, he's only. Yeah, I think Ennis is only a year older than I am.
How old are you, if you don't mind to ask?
I'm 22.
Oh no. Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Boost still growing.
Yeah, so he has a lot of time on his hands. I mean, he
And
kind of reminds me of my type. I'm definitely, what is he? He's like 5'10". I'm like 6'1.5". But he has like that long sort of body type. Like he'll only be like 5'11", but he looks much taller because he got really long arms and
and
long
he's
legs and stuff.
and you know and let me ask y'all two a question. So it's safe to say that the number one grinder says that he's still growing. So you think I'm just putting it out there
Mm-hmm.
to the brothers and even in the chat. It is safe to say that Bruce Ennis he's gonna get bigger and faster.
Maybe not faster, but definitely stronger and bigger. Only thing with Boots, I only have one issue, and that he needs to tighten up that defense a little bit. I know how he feels in there. He feels like these guys can't hurt him, and they can't. They haven't been able to hurt him. But he has to be careful because he could get in there with somebody who can punch. Spence can punch. Spence is heavy handed, so
That is true.
he needs to you know, cover up because like Spence, whenever you see him fight, dude, that right hand of his is always tucked near his chin all the time. His defense is always on point.
Yeah, and I feel he getting better too of the defense.
Yeah, his defense is getting better too. He just does a lot of good things. Technically, I think Ennis is faster than Spence, not by a lot, but It's noticeable. He's more talented, but Spence is more. I don't know, because Spence is like a technician in there, man. Like they said, Derevchenko was the technician. No, Spence is the technician. Everything he does like is right. He's not looping big wide shots. He's not. It's all like perfect textbook. It's like one of those guys who read the whole manual. Just knows exactly what not a misstep. You know, he doesn't do many mistakes in there. All these other guys, Trammell does a ton of mistakes in there. A lot of guys do a ton of mistakes, but Spence, no, he's not that at all. He's like somebody who's had this drilled into his head to do certain things, and he does. I mean, it's hard to call the fight. I don't know if I'd put Boots in with him now, but if the opportunity was given, I'd roll the dice. Fuck it.
Yeah. Before I get to Clarence, I would say I think Boots is going to be faster because of his coordination. But I do look at his defense. I think he should tighten up his defense because I think that he gonna come into a man's body, and I'm not gonna say he gonna have lightning speed, but he will have. I think he will have more of a boxing speed.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he gonna have more boxing speed, and I think that right now in the welterweight division, I think he goes down. I would say this that one day he has to lead the welterweight. I'm not saying right now, but one day he has to come. He gonna be too big. And I would like to see him. I'm being honest with you. And people say you hate TC. I don't hate TC. I just don't like the things the decisions that he made. I would lie. I would say this: if you want to fight a legit person, what you fight in is on TC. Clarence, what you think about it in TC?
That's not going to happen. Let me tell you something. Sean Porter said out of his own mouth he's not willing to fight no Ennis. He said the boy too fast, the boy too strong. So it's no way. Say something. Earl Spence will probably be the only one out of that group that'll be willing to do it. I can't see no Crawford doing it. I can't see no Danny Garcia doing it. I can't see no Porter doing it. I really can't see. I mean, I would say Keith Thurman, but that would be a wipeout. I'm sorry to say. That would be a wipeout. So I can see Spence and Booth maybe a year from now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe a year or two. Maybe a year or two.
Okay.
Because,
Go ahead. No, let me. I didn't mean to cut you off. Now, explain to people why about Danny Garcia. Explain that, and then TC. TS. I want you to get into it, please. Why did you say Danny Garcia? I know people gonna say, "Why did you say Danny Garcia?"
No disrespect to Danny. I love Danny. Big fan. And him and Danny, that's Philly versus Philly because they both from the city of Philadelphia. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to 215. But it's just I can't see it. He'll be too much. He'll be too much man for him. Too much dog. But I feel the same way about if he got in there with Porter. I feel the same way if he got in there with Crawford a little bit. I feel like Spence will be a better test than Crawford would. And I'm not saying he'll walk through Crawford. That's not what I'm saying. Because you can't just walk through Crawford. I don't care who you are. The man is too talented. You're not going to just walk through him. But like I said, after a while, like TS said, you're running out of time. You're running out of time. You can't duck this man, and as long as you decide to keep gloves on and you continue to want to box, when you guys decide to go to 154, who do you think is not too far behind you? Boots. and eventually Virgil will be too. And I want to get into those two because the build-up, people don't see it, but the build-up eventually between Boots and Virgil is going to happen. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to make Boots and Virgil annihilate everybody else. Where it's just at the end, it's going to be those two. And when I mean annihilate, I don't mean they're going to go through Spence, they're going to go through Porter. Even if those fights don't happen, there's other guys in the division. They're going to basically make those two single-handedly run through everybody it is to run through. And at the end of the day, it's going to end up being Bruce Ennis against Virgil Ortiz. Listen, if it don't happen, shit, I'll put some money in your cash app, Underrated. But mark my words, at some point, not this year, because this year is already coming to an end. Next year, mark my words, Bruce Ennis and Virgil Ortiz is going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Ortiz and Boots, they probably put something together. I don't know in how many years, but if they keep winning, granted, if they keep winning, Ennis, he's at a state right now, dude. I don't know who's gonna fight him. Thurman turned him down. Ugas turned him down. Porter says he's not gonna fight him. Danny Garcia, there's no way he's gonna fight him. Who does Ennis fight? Really, all he can do right now is, if I'm him, maybe I try to do something else on the side and just keep in the gym, because it's like you're trying to get in the store, but the guys are just like blocking the door off.
But let me say, TS, why you and Clarence keep on saying that Danny Garcia do not want to fight
No,
Ennis?
he won't fight him.
No. Explain. I want y'all to, in your own way, explain that. I get it. Don't get about. I want y'all to explain, please, both of y'all.
I never said that Danny said he wouldn't fight him. I said I don't think that's a good idea.
Doctor, explain that, please.
Even if that was to happen, I could see Danny taking a worse whipping in that fight than he did in the Spence fight. For real. And I don't think Angel Garcia will want to see his son go through that.
And they're at this stage where these guys are businessmen. I mean, Porter, he just, look at him. He's got his little podcast that he just copies from us, tries to do what we do, but that's going to fail. You've got Thurman. He's really not serious about fighting anybody. They're talking about him in a Porter rematch. I guess that can happen on some undercard or some free main event like they did last time. Danny said that he wants to move up to 154. So if Jermell stays at 154 and he's undisputed, watch Danny be the first defense. Or actually, no. Danny is going to try to get accustomed to 154. And Spence have to fight. So Ennis is ass out, basically. He's got to figure out what to do in the meantime, because he beat Lipinets. You can't really go down from that. Once you do something, it just can't happen. Like Charlo, there's no reason for him to have fought that Montiel dude. That's just a cash grab. You fought Derevyanchenko. Now it's time to push for Triple G, Jacobs, Canelo, so on and so forth. So it's like Ennis is in the same position. Like, he fought Lipinets. He needs to move up from here now, but they won't let him. So I don't think the answer is to fight a bum. I think it's just to stay in the gym and stay sharp till they put something together, because there's no reason to waste time. Fighting bums does nothing for you.
You're right. And that's a good point between you and Clarence. Let me read the Jay Dixie said, Boots Pops said Danny won't even spar him. Wow.
Wow.
Mm. Shouts to Danny though. I got to give it to him. To me, he's
I
still
heard that too.
what? What happened?
What Jay Dixon said?
What? What he say?
Well, they put in the chat. He said Boots Pop said Danny won't even spar him.
Well, it's just like I said a couple of minutes ago. In a real fight, it would be he would take a worse whipping in a Boots fight than he did with Spence. As mind you, Spence wasn't even 100% when he fought Danny. And look at the damage that he did. So just imagine with a 100% Spence what it really did to Danny. So you take that, right, and put that with Bruce Ennis, and what do you think he'll do to Danny? I don't want to see that happen. You know, I love Danny. I wouldn't want to see him go out that way because then after a while, when you take a beat like that, retirement comes into talk. You know, going to it, there's no way you can just jump to another weight class after taking a beat like that. After that, you have to talk retirement. You got to sit down.
So go back to what TS was saying. It's safe to say that TS. I'm gonna echo what you're saying. That the best thing that Boost need to do is keep on sharpening his craft up so he could get a fight.
Yeah, just stay in the gym. I mean, there's this. They just won't. Just nobody will fight them. They've got to go to some sanctioned body or whatever to put them in there for mandatory or eliminated. That's the only way he'll get them to fight if it's a mandatory.
But come on, but must be fighters.
Nah, they're businessmen.
Okay.
They're not interested in fighting everybody. They're looking to make the most money with the least risk.
Yeah, Brother Clarence did say that time and time again. They become businessmen instead of boxers. So they want to handpick who they want to fight.
Mm-hmm. I think the older they get and more time goes by, they start handpicking. Because if you notice, a lot of them when they were younger, they had that hunger. I'll fight this person. I'll fight in the booth. I'll fight in the parking lot. I'll fight in your mother's backyard. But it seemed like the older they got, they just started handpicking. They started handpicking, and it's sad. It's sad that it shouldn't be that way, but you know, you can't be too careful in this sport, and that's what a lot of these guys are doing. Steady fighting each other now, trying to get their legacy and trying to get up in the Hall of Fame. You guys are playing. I don't want to fight him. It's too risky. I'm cool. If I'm undefeated, I'm cool with staying undefeated. If I got 2 or 3 losses, I don't need to add no more losses. I gotta be careful with my pick. You know what I mean? It's, you know, this is boxing, man. You know what I mean? This is a very brutal sport, and this is the sport that you pick to do. And rather if this sport picked you or whatever the case may be, man, you have to give it your all. And a lot of these guys, we just don't see that from them no more. This is why boxing today, I'm not going to say it doesn't excite me, but then again, it doesn't excite me, man. You know what I mean? I just try to make it what it is. Now, what does excite me is the Tank Davis and Mario Barris coming up this week. Now,
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that then. Both of y'all.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what excites me. You got 2 young lions. One just happened to be bigger than the other one. They both undefeated. They're both in it. You know, they're both. They just young, hungry lions. And I don't know, man. Somebody said to me the other day, right? They was like, "Hey, you know, Mario's no pushover." I said, "Yeah, I know that." I said, "I've seen Mario fight. He's a tough son of a bitch." But I said, "Did you get a look at Tank? Did you get a look at him? You know, him knocking Leo Santa Cruz out, can't anybody say out their mouth that that was supposed to happen. Because then you're not respecting the skills and the talent of Leo Santa Cruz if you say that's
Yeah,
supposed.
yeah.
That
They
was
go
not supposed to happen, but
right.
it happened. So I'm so excited for this fight that I don't even know what to do. I wish the fight was today, man. It's going to be exciting because I'm interested to see if Tank. I don't care if he gets a decision, a knockout, or whatever. A win is a win to me. I'm interested to see where does Tank go from here.
And see, and this is the thing about the TS. I want you to get into it too. We see how he knocked out Santa Cruz because he took some hits for Santa Cruz. He was blocking most of them, but he kept on coming. And when that left uppercut, he timed it. Cause Tank said, I gotta take some of this. But I know he gonna slip. When he slipped, bang! That was it. I said, damn. And he flattened him out.
Keep in mind, Underrated, before TS go on, that wasn't the first time that Tank hit Leo with that uppercut.
Right.
So it just happened that one time he said, okay, I got you in this round and I'm going to put you out. And sad to say, he damn near killed Leo Santa Cruz. But I was glad that Leo bounced back for that because let's just be real. No matter how brutal the sport is, I would never want to see a fighter get paralyzed. I would never want to see a fighter.
No, not at all. Especially if you see Tank how concerned he was. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, I want him to fight.
Because Tank physically could kill you. That boy could kill you just with one shot. He can paralyze you. So, you never want to see no fighter hurt. And I'm just glad that Leo Santa Cruz was able to walk away from it.
Yeah. All right, TS.
Yeah, and that Santa Cruz fight, I felt he wasn't really afraid of what was coming back. That's why he just didn't care about the punches he was taking. He was really just trying to get to him and get the knockout. And he hurt him a couple of times leading up until that big punch. So he saw that he could hurt him, and he didn't feel much of a threat. So he just kept walking forward. You see him in other fights box more. But this one, he just really wanted to put a result out there and make a statement, and he did. But this fight versus Barrios, I think he'll get to him late and apply a lot of pressure. So I think he'll stop him late. He's tough, but he just does a lot of things where he gets hit too much for me. So I'm excited about some of the other fights on the card too, but it looks good this weekend.
Usually I'm not familiar with a lot of undercards because I'm always paying attention to the main event, but this happens to be one undercard that I'm definitely familiar with everybody.
Speak on it, please. UNTS.
Okay, we got Jason Rosario against Everson Luger. I think that's a sexy fight. I think it's great. Both of these men have something in common because they both have fought Jamel Charlo and they both have got demolished by him. But I think whoever wins this, either gets lined up to fight Charlo again, or maybe something higher. I can't see nothing higher because Charlo is that dude. That's the dude that you got to go see. So I'm very interested in this. I can't break the fight down and see how it will go because I only got to see Banana fight maybe 2 times. When he fought, what was the other guy from Philly that he had beat? Shit, I forgot his name. I seen that fight, and then the next fight when he fought Charlo, we really didn't get to see Banana do too much. It was that one shot to the stomach, fight over. But Everson Luger is great. He's good. I like him. I really like him. This fight is interesting, man. I'm just so hype about it. I just don't know what to do, man. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a great undercard, man.
Yeah, man. That's the fight I'm looking forward to this weekend. Is Lubin Rosario. Shout out to J.A. Dixon in the chat. J.A. Dixon says that J-Rock pulled out again. I don't think he wants to fight this guy. Yeah, so
Oh wow.
he was supposed to fight this Mendoza guy in December on the
Oh,
26th, and he pulled out. And I saw this Mendoza guy. He's got like 20 wins and 17 KOs.
yeah. Mendoza actually trains up here in New York, where I'm at in the Bronx, at this gym called John's Gym. It's a gym I'm not a part of no more, but I still have love for them. But I've watched Mendoza train in the gym, and probably if you see him train, you probably would back out the fight too. But that's no excuse though, why he did that. So I didn't know TS, you're the first person that I heard say it. I didn't even know he backed out. So thank you for sharing that, because I would have been looking to see that fight and didn't even know he backed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he backed out December 26th, and he was supposed to fight on this card versus him again. He backed out this Sunday, saying that he had an elbow. And guess where he moved from? I don't know if you guys are familiar with J-Rock's new trainer, but he's not with Breadman anymore.
What?
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 Nope. Yep. Apparently they've had issues before the loss. We won't go
Wow.
into detail, but the loss just basically set it in stone. So he let go of Breadman, and guess who he's working with now?
Who?
Javon Hill.
Yo, stop.
So
What?
he's a Fury team now. He's with those guys up there at Kronk.
Oh no.
Hey, they're gonna stop coming and they're gonna have to stop. Hey man, look, no disrespect to the Crumb Gym. Y'all gonna have to, man, this shit gonna have to stop. This is getting ridiculous now. What the hell is going on up there at D-Town, man?
It's Tony Harrison won the Tony. Who I know a lot of people who fight up from Detroit. Tony Harrison he has his own gym, I think.
Yeah.
So he works. He's by himself. I think his brother trains him now. I know his dad passed away. Man, rest in peace. That's really hard.
Rest in peace, Mr. Anderson.
Jarrett Hurd too. Jarrett Hurd's dad passed away too. So yeah, it's I know it's really hard for those guys, and it showed in Harrison's performance, and it showed in Hurd's performance, and
it definitely showed in Hurd's performance, but with Hurd, I was kind of disappointed because when he lost the first one, I said, "This is not Hurd, man." I didn't know who that was. It was like it was something off about him.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same.
Yeah. It's like Floyd. You know what? It's like Floyd says. Floyd says once he beats you, how did he say it? Once he beats you mentally or physically, you're just never the same.
Yeah, he needs to do some soul searching. I think he needs to get with somebody who really understands his style. I think he needs to get away. He's trying to be this cute boxer and always reverts back to his old type. So he needs to get with somebody who's going to take him as he is, his style of fighting, and just better that, add tools to that. You don't need to go and 28, 29, 30, people are set in their ways. You can't, take a fighter, delete everything from him, and then add on, give him a whole new style. That's just not going down.
Well, that's what people was trying to always say about Wilder. I said, you're not going to take a grown man who's 35 years old and say, listen, this is what you're going to have to stop doing. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? Especially if you've been doing it since you've started. You can't, like me, I got into boxing at a late age. I'm 38 years old. But you're not going to just tell me, hey, this is what you got to stop doing. Because now I'm going to look at you like, I haven't been doing this shit 20 years, so you can't expect me just to stop doing it. You know what I mean? It's something that I have to work on. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not going to just take a fight off the woodwork and just be like, stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like, we're not children. We're not going to just stop doing it.
Exactly. I think you just add tools to guys, and it helps. Like, I don't know why. We'll get back to Wilder in a minute. I don't want to completely change subject, but now that J Rock's with Kronk and everything, who knows what happens with him? But I'll just go back to Lubin Rosario thing.
Yes.
I like that fight. I do think, in my opinion, I think Rosario's a bit overrated. I think he's a strong fighter. He's an inside fighter, and Lubin can fight on the inside too. We've seen him in sparring. We've seen him in other fights. He does like fighting on the inside. His last performance, I think, wasn't really that good. You know, it caught up at the end where they both hurt each other. Lubin got hurt, and then Gachet got hurt at the end. That was, the fight started really after the 10th round, which was cool. But this fight is going to be interesting because both guys have bad chins, and we'll see who touches who first. I think Lubin can recover a bit better than Rosario. Rosario, both times he's lost, he's gotten hurt and never been able to. Well, in the Charlo fight, he went down the first time. I mean, that was definitely a big shot. It scrambled him, and he came back. But that second time he got dropped, he was seriously hurt. And then I think the round, he had a decent round then, and then the round right after he had the body shot. But it's going to be an interesting fight. That's a good fight for the division. J.A. Dixon says he likes everything about Lubin but his chin. Yeah, I agree. He was really explosive coming up, but that last performance was really awkward. They were both like not trying to fight each other, him versus Gachet. But he got the win, and he's in a big time fight, an exciting fight this time. So that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Well, you know what, TS? The reason why I love this sport is sometimes, in life, sometimes you get a second chance. Sometimes you get a third chance, but in this sport, sometimes you get more than one chance. This is a perfect match, not just because of their styles and their skills. Whoever wins this, for what I know, or for what I think I might know, should be next on the list for Charlo. But he's had both of these gentlemen on the menu, and he has finished both of them. So I'm very interested to see because, like I said, one of these guys are getting another shot. They're getting another crack at it. And it doesn't matter who wins because whoever wins is going to be the man who goes up and the other man's going to go down. And really, if you fight in Charlo, any way you look at it, even if you're going to go up, you're going to come down anyway facing him because it seems like there's no blueprint to beating him. You just have to go in there and just hope that you can survive with him. So I'm definitely interested. I like this matchup. I can't say it's going to be a boring matchup. So if there's no other matchups on that card that's interesting besides the main event, this is going to be the one that's going to take the cake.
I would say that no, go ahead, TS.
Yeah, I just wanted to agree. This is the fight I'm looking forward to the most this weekend. So, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now let's talk about we touched on Barrios and Tank, right?
Yes.
Okay, well let's talk about the trilogy. We hear a lot about trilogy lately. About Furry said something. Even the media is really want Furry to win. They rally and stuff, want him to win and everything. So, what do you think about how the media is treating this?
Like they always do. I mean, they've already picked a side, and they're not going to budge from that. The only thing I do now is just unrecommend a whole bunch of channels and places that are just really holes of negativity. I found this really cool guy, a white guy, talking boxing online. I think he just started up his channel, and I can link you guys the vid. He says that he predicts Wilder will smash Fury. He's one of the only white guys I saw on YouTube saying that, and of course, you know, the dislike button was all the way up, and the like button was really really low. But they're calling him a fool, and
Wow.
we'll see. And I just find it surprising that not even I don't even really find it surprising. This is a guy who's woken up and
Right.
sees all the BS for what it was, and because he's woken up, all the other people in the Matrix want to bash him. And I think the other person who knows what time it is Fury. Why didn't he talk that much at the press conference either? Everybody's talking about Wilder didn't say anything. Fury didn't say much more. He's supposed to be the champion. He's supposed to say, I did this, 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 and this to you. But he knows it's not true because he knows what the deal was that night. And he knew that Wilder wasn't there. And he got an easy one. And now he has to fight him for real this time. And angry Wilder this time. So he's nervous and standing on his tippy toes during the face-off and swallowing who knows what and putting his hands behind his back. I mean, he knows what time it is, and I think anybody who breaks this fight down knows what time it is. If I was Fury, I need to box Wilder up. I need to do what I did in the first fight better. This whole coming forward stuff is bullshit. A person who came forward and beat Wilder was that Russian guy in the amateurs. He came forward smart. He was quick. He was fast. He was in shape. He did it technically. People are thinking that there's no other fighter in this division who does it like that. Mm-hmm. And that was years ago. They're talking about you just need to come forward and beat him. Fury came in forward clumsily. He was trying to feint in forward and stuff like that. And it's easy to do that versus somebody who could not move in there. He knows that he doesn't have the time to change the style back to what he needs it to be because his weight's already high. It's too high. If he makes it into a fat camp, he loses time. So he's in a stuck place. And I'm not big on his dad or whatever. But they say that his dad has been right about every single one of his fights. His dad says he'll lose this fight. His dad says he'll lose this fight.
You know something's wrong when your father doesn't want you to take a fight.
His dad even predicted the draw the first time. He said, I don't know what will happen. It could be a draw. Who knows? And it was a draw. And he knew there was bullshit last fight. So that's why he was puffing his chest out, saying it'll be like that. And now this fight, he's saying the stars align for Wilder. He thinks his son will lose this fight. And guess what? He says he thinks his son will be cheated.
What?
Will be cheated.
Repeat that again, please, so people.
John Fury's dad says he thinks his son will be cheated.
Well, that's okay then. But then he'll know what it feels like to be cheated.
He'll know what it feels like. And he can keep saying that.
Guess what? We're even then.
We're even. That's all it is. Fury talks a lot about people. He said, "Oh, I lost to the better man on the night." Well, we'll see. We'll see what you do when you lose. I doubt you'll want to come back. It doesn't feel so good. It's easy for people to tell other people to come back from a loss. But if you haven't felt it yourself, it's hard.
It's totally it's
especially when you lost on bullshit.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Lost on bullshit. That's the craziest thing. Listen, if I was playing basketball or if fucking like the series, we got game 7 series, game 5. I mean, that's bullshit. You lost, maybe by a point at a buzzer beater, but you play them tomorrow or the day after. In boxing, it doesn't work like that. You have to wait a whole year, a year and a half. Just hold that in. I like what Malik Scott said. He said, we built a facility for licensed homicide. What are people talking about? I don't know how people are getting mad. They said, oh, Wilder should have went away and trained. No, he's literally built. What more dedication is that than to build everything you need at your house because you can't trust anybody. You roll up out of bed onto the ring, basically. You don't need anything else. You can bring the sparring partners in. They bring sparring partners in to his house. Boom, easy. So this time, I'm really looking through Fury, and I'm looking at some of the options Wilder has after he gets his belt back. So it'll probably be a defense. He'll have another defense.
Yeah. And also, AJ said that he don't think Wilder is talented.
Well, we don't think that he's damn talented. What's his point?
I told people this a long time ago. I said the only thing special in this division, the only thing special in this whole heavyweight division is that right hand. That's it. There's nothing else. Not Fury's skills, not AJ's combos. You know, they might be good or okay, but I'm talking about special, unique, one. Just that right hand. That's it. That's the only thing special in this whole division, and Wilder has that.
And also, he got a left hand. He got a left hook too.
But look, check it. AJ should be the last one to make a comment about anything. When you went in there with Andy Luis and your ass basically just gave that whole fight away. You gave it away. So you are the last person that should speak about Wilder. Your resume is nothing compared to like you not be went in the ring and did what Wilder did. So how dare you fix your mouth to say that? And you were a part of this AJ versus Fury when you knew damn well it wasn't working, it wasn't going to happen, and you entertained the shit just to keep Wilder out the picture. Come on, man. Shut up, AJ. Just shut up. You want to fight somebody, you want to get our attention, go out there and fight King Kong Ortiz, maybe. Go out there and do that, man. Until you do that, shut up.
But you know, I really believe that Wilder going to fight, and I still say that he can get undisputed within a year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this one loss doesn't define him. I think after that one loss, there's not going to be. I'm not going to get no more losses after this.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because what they did was, and he said it out his mouth. What they did was they woke up a sleeping giant. So every man after this, after Fury, every man after this is going to be DOA. It's going to be over for them.
And I think that the Saints is going to try and do whatever they can to stop Wilder to get undisputed. But I feel that the history is going to be against their side, going to be against them. They ain't going to have no choice. AJ got to kick out them belt. AJ got to fight.
Yeah, they've got to make that fight eventually, but it's no guarantee that Joshua gets past his next fight either. But just keeping with Wilder Fury.
Yeah,
you know, I'm interested in seeing what Fury does from here. If I'm him and I lose, you know, badly on the 24th in a bad fashion. I would try to get a fourth fight. You know, I would try to work something out down the line. But I don't know if he has that in his mindset. He's so used to getting things his way. You know, his whole career, he's been on thin ice. So for it to come crumbling down, you know,
ATS,
I don't know if he can take that.
His father doesn't even want him in the third fight, so he damn sure is not about to let him go get a fourth one.
It might be a cash grab, a good money thing.
I mean, the money is good, but it ain't worth it when Wilder pounds you out. When he beats the hell out of you to a point where you went from eating regular food to eating baby food, it's not worth it. And that's what's going to happen to Tyson Fury. He's going to eat baby food after July 24th.
It might be on a stretcher or whatever.
Yeah. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go good for him. And if I'm Wilder, I don't want to leave it in the judge's hands. And if I have to leave it in the judge's hands, I'm either gonna have to have at least a couple knockdowns to make it believable, or I'm gonna have to beat Tyson Fury's face up until it looks like hamburger meat.
Yeah, putting punches together. Fury needs to go back to that boxing shit. He is not this come forward guy. He's not that. That's just not going down. And it's sad because they pulled him into believing that, because deep down in his heart, he knows he's not that. And he just got lucky that night on somebody so off. He wants to go back to boxing, but he's got Javon Hill. He's got all these guys telling him that he could come forward and do this and this and that. Then when he can't, and it's going to backfire. And they're going to say, what? How? And he's going to say, yeah, I had a feeling it was going to go this way.
Okay, bro. What's up, brother Bakari? He said you don't have to like Anthony Joshua, but he is the money man in the division. Let's talk about that.
No, the hell he ain't. I don't know where the hell he got that from. How the hell?
Maybe.
How the hell is he the money man?
Maybe in the UK. Maybe
in
his
the
own
UK?
money, but not here. I mean, years ago, Larry Holmes had the same thing with Jerry Coetzee. Jerry Coetzee was in South Africa with 80,000, 90,000 fans, the same way AJ was in the UK with that many fans. But that didn't really mean anything. It just means you've got a whole bunch of nosebleed tickets that add up. That's all that is.
This is what kills me. And no disrespect to what he said, but this is what kills me when people get on here and they just say shit. How is he the man? Yeah, where he's at. Right here in the States, he is not shit to us. We don't even care about Fury, so what the hell makes you think we care about AJ? Because he's black? That doesn't mean a goddamn thing to us. We do not care about him, and he ain't no money man here. He might be a money man across the border, but he ain't no damn money man here, so I don't know what he's talking about. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He doesn't mean shit to us here. We don't care about him. That's why when Andy Luis beat him, hell, he did everybody here a favor because we didn't like him any damn way. So it really didn't matter. So I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but we're gonna respect everybody what they saying. But I understand what you're saying. But I would say this of Andy Louise, you fucked up big time, homie. You fucked up. That's like you fucked up. You could have been undisputed, man. You mean he for a while that would have in his short reign, but you messed up. You could have been the first Mexican 2-time undisputed. Go ahead, TS.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz didn't come and shake for that fight and do what he needed to do. And I had a feeling it was going to go down like that, because if you look like that, most of the times anyway, then it just takes the smallest thing to get you off track. And that's what happened.
And see, and this is the thing that people don't understand. Andy Louise beat Joshua of a short camp. The second fight, you had all the time to sharpen up your skills. You went to party. You didn't want to listen to the trainers and stuff. And you deserve to lose. You could have came in shape. You could have been more serious. And then you could have really annihilated Joshua. But you didn't. You didn't. So I would say some of the Mexican fans, you need, instead of you get mad at somebody, get mad at Andy Louise. Because he messed up. Big time. He did.
What's this dude named Brother, whatever he is? Tell him
Yeah, he
he,
good people. He good people.
huh?
Yeah, he good. He good people. I know.
Yeah, but he's starting to aggravate my soul. Cause look what he talking about. He makes more money in boxing. Fuck the American, whatever. I'm race first, and he makes more money than Wilder. Oh, okay, brother, whatever. Keep your panties up. Nobody cares about none of that. We don't give a fuck about AJ. I don't give a damn who he makes more money than. Fuck AJ. We don't care about that. And Fury, we don't care about that, brother. We do not care about that. It's not about who makes more money than who. It's not about that. It's about who's the better fighter. So you're trying to convince me that AJ can beat Wilder? I don't think so. He can't. He couldn't hardly beat Andy Luis. He only beat him in the second fight. It's because Andy Luis started slouching after he got all that money and he put on more weight. He couldn't even beat him in the first fight. So that's your king? Come on, brother. Knock it off. Know your boxing first before you speak about it.
All right, brother TS.
Just not really much to say on the topic. I do want to see Wilder fight AJ or AJ fight Wilder, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna kill myself
Yeah.
over it. I just know that I just don't see these guys still being here 5 year, 4 or 5 years down the line. A Wilder Fury or AJ, so the time is pretty much limited.
So let me ask you this question I'm going to announce for tonight later on. Do you think Wilder will be undisputed
Yeah.
within a year and a half or less than that?
Of course he will. AJ won't.
Right.
That neither will Fury. It will be Wilder. And I'm not saying that because Wilder is black. I'm saying that because Wilder's a better fighter out of all of them. I don't give a damn who got more money than what. Wilder's a better fighter in the year. He will be that guy again.
Yeah. I don't know if he gets that fight. That's the thing. I don't know if AJ wants to make that fight after Wilder wins. So I think it'll be more of the same, just title defenses, because I don't think they'll put enough pressure. I don't think the public will put enough pressure on AJ to force that undisputed fight. Before they were talking about Saudi and everything and this and that with Fury, but there's not much to be said with Wilder. So, I mean,
So y'all saying that Solomon, right? That's going to still play these games despite he's a WBC president.
yes.
Okay. Wow. So really, he's not really on Wilder's side anyway.
No.
I know that. I just want to make sure that other people understand it too. This is the same Sodomite, and I didn't mean to get off subject a little bit, but y'all understand what I'm saying. That made a belt for Canal.
Yeah.
This is the same one. Make sure they have a franchise belt for Canal for 2 different weight classes. And I was going to say I still don't understand why he's still around, but I do understand that. And like your brother saying that they don't think race comes in the picture. I don't know where you're at, because it is.
No, it just irritates me because people just be out here running their mouths and don't know what the hell they be talking about. I mean, where do you think all this Black Lives Matter and all this other extra shit comes from? And like, for people to sit there and say race doesn't, it does. It always did. It mattered before we got here, before any of us on this panel was born. It always mattered. And God forbid if something happened to us tomorrow, it's still going to go on. I always tell people there's two things in this world that we can't stop. That's been here before we were born, and it's going to be here after. That's killing and racism. They've been on this earth for the longest, and they're going to be here. It's not going anywhere. So when somebody says racism, it doesn't matter or it doesn't exist, you are a fucking idiot. Because it does. I'm not racist. I love everybody from every background. And I'll talk to anybody with common sense. I don't care what background they're from. But when you sit there and say that it doesn't exist, you're an idiot. It exists. And you can't walk around and pretend like it doesn't exist. Oh, it exists. It's been here and it's always going to be here. So, you know, like TS said, sometimes it's just best for you just to shut up and not say nothing.
I agree on that. Now Benavides been talking a lot. Let's talk about that before we close it out.
Talking about what?
Benavides.
I mean, yeah, you're saying he's talking, but what is he talking? You got to know what he's talking about.
He's talking about you're talking about before she told Charlotte, before you fight me, you should fight the other fighters.
Well, probably after him looking at that Charlo fight, he's probably thinking he can whoop Charlo's ass. But this goes back to what I said earlier. You can't just look at one fight and see a fighter in trouble and just think automatically, oh, this would be a perfect time for me to go after him because that was just one fight. There's no guarantee that Charlo was going to look like that in the next fight. I would still love to see a David Benavidez Charlo. Before that happens, Charlo is going to have to look impressive in his next fight, whoever that may be. I don't think there's going to be. Well, hopefully there's a Canelo and who was Canelo talking about fighting? Oh shit, I forgot the other guy, Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
You know, while that's going on, this would be the perfect time for Charlo and David Benavidez to get it on, or Boo Boo Andre. I mean, but we just gotta look and see what happens because this sport is funny. Every time we think something's gonna happen, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't happen. Yeah, it doesn't happen. So we have to just sit back and play the waiting game because this year is not over yet, and we still have a lot more boxing to see for 2021. So we just gotta sit back and see what happens.
Right. Okay, Bud TS.
Yeah, I guess he's seeing Charlo as an easy mark. So, I mean, make it happen if it's so easy. Talk to Al. But we'll see.
Okay. Let me make my announcement. Then I'm going to ask each brother to make their last remarks. And Clarence, I want you to tell them about tonight.
Yes, sir.
And, I want you to tell them about tonight. But anybody that wants to donate, it's right in the screen right there. It's the Cash App is $ capital JT 53000. Also, I have PayPal. PayPal.me / all in caps JT Black 53. So if you want to donate, feel free. If you don't have that, please sub to the channel. Hit the bell twice so you can lit up. So whenever I come on with a powerful live stream or video, you will have it. You will get it first, so you will see it. Also, I want you to go check on the videos that I did, especially the ones that I did on my birthday. 2000, I reached my birthday. I reached 2000. I believe it was on my birthday. I reached 2000. Come find out. I want you to check those out. Please put some comments on that. I want you to look at. Please put some comments on it because there's not that many comments on it. Put some comments on it. Very much appreciated. Um, Brother Clarence McLean, we're gonna do this. You're gonna tell people what's gonna happen tonight, and you're gonna say, you're gonna tell them after that, you're gonna make your last remarks, and then I want you to stay right there. And then Brother TS, you'll make your last remarks, and then I'll make mine.
Ready to go?
Let's go.
Yes. So tonight, I want y'all to check my brother Underrated. Check me and him out tonight. We have a special edition on the Underrated Darkness tonight where we're going to talk about the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame that I just came back from St. Petersburg, Florida / Clearwater. Salute to y'all. I got a special guest who actually I was just texting him now as I was talking to you guys. And he was like, hey, man, what time tonight? I had to remind him. So he's locked and loaded. He's ready to go.
Wow.
So, yeah, just texting him. So if y'all keep seeing me pick up my tablet, it's because I'm talking to him. So he's lock and loaded. He's like ready to chop it up tonight. So you can catch that at 9:05 tonight on the Underrated Darkness. And when you want to catch me, you can catch me on Facebook, Clarence McLean, and catch my podcast, McLean's Promotion. Just go and type it up, and it'll come up. Then you can catch me later on. Actually, next week, when it's time for me to have my world premiere of the No Duck Zone podcast.
Oh wow!
That will be on YouTube,
Yeah.
StreamYard. So I'm finally jumping to that side of the tracks. So yeah, y'all can catch me on that. So once again, Facebook, catch me, Clarence McLean. Catch me on McLean's Promotion on IG. I'm McLean Clarence, and you can catch the No Duck Zone podcast. Please support. I have merchandise. I got other stuff that I'm coming up with. Man, listen, I got so much going on, man. But it starts tonight though on the Underrated Darkness 9:05. Y'all tune in.
And let me show the merchandise that he has.
Yes, sir.
Merchandise.
Yes, sir. Hey, we got to get TS. We got to get you one, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it looks good. Is that a mask? That's a mask?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of people are still not wearing no mask, but I tell people to keep it on anyway.
I wear mine.
Certain places you go, every place you go to is not going to allow you in without a mask. Some places will, but a lot of times they won't. So just, for you to have a backup, you can always pull that out and put it on.
Yep.
Now, before we get, I want you to stay right there, McLean, Brother McLean, because I want us to close us as a family. Before I get to you, Brother TS, I will tell you this. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say nothing. Brother Clarence, tell the people who you ate with to wet their beak a little bit.
Oh, man, I had the honor and pleasure last Thursday. First of all, shout out to T&K Promotions. I was able to go to the weigh-in and ran into my man, the two-time heavyweight champion, Riddick, Big Daddy Bo, man. Got to chop it up with him, have dinner with him. I also got to sit with Nate Campbell, two legends, two guys I watched coming up as a youngster.
That's it.
Man, but I never thought the day that I'll be sitting here eating dinner with Riddick Bo. If somebody would have told me this 20 years ago, I would have looked at them like they were crazy.
And let me tell you, we just wetting your beak here. That's all he gonna say.
Yes, sir.
If you want to know the rest, you want to know anybody. I'm gonna tell you that. Let me tell you this, and Clarence, you can confirm this. He didn't even let me know who's gonna come because he wanted to be surprised for me too. So I don't even know who's gonna come at 9:05 tonight. But I would advise y'all to get here before 9:05 tonight. 9:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. TS Boxing, please. Last remarks. We're going to close as a family. And I'm going to make my last remarks and we out. Till 9:05 tonight.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Clarence, Underrated, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat as well. And you guys can find me on TS Boxing on YouTube. hopefully I can put out more content. So yeah, that's the deal.
Brother Bacard, don't even worry about that. You good. You good. Brother Bacard, you good. But I would say this though too, that I took my break for about 2 weeks because I see in the space I don't like. Even in boxing, I think I had to go back to my commentator about racism and about the indifferences, injustices, what happened that had Brother Cuz McLean and TS Sports. And then also we're going to talk about the injustices of MMA too. That has to be addressed. I already talked to the brothers about it. They said they willing to do it. So we're going to do a special MMA, underrated MMA talk. We're going to talk about racism in MMA. TS Sports, he said he want to be down with it. That's going to be somewhere in July. I talked to Brother Watcher about it, Brother Jordan about it. And Scott told you they want to do it.
Underrated. Hold on, underrated. I don't want to cut you off. Another thing I want to remind people too. I've been doing this McLean's promotion for a year now on Facebook, so I just want everybody to join me if it's possible. If you're interested in being in my group, on the 29th, which is next week, it will make a year since I've been doing McLean's promotion, so it'll be my 1 year anniversary. So please, if you have nothing to do, June 29th, please come on and check in with me, man. It's going to be something special.
And then if you want to, I could do a little special on this channel too. You just you just invite people from Facebook on here if you want, but we talk about that. And that is a day after NBA draft. So y'all cannot forget about it. All right, go ahead, TS. TS Boxing.
Yeah, I already went and said my stuff. Do you want me to say any more?
That's up to you. I'm giving you the platform.
I don't really have much to say.
TS sound like he's tired, like he ready to go lay down.
You sound tired, man. You better get perked up before 9:05 tonight, because it's going down tonight.
No, I'll be up.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell people to come too.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going down tonight. Brother Picard, I want you to get people to come here to at 9:05 if you're not busy, because history is in the making tonight. Am I right, Brother McLean?
Yes, sir. It's going down tonight.
It's history is in the making. I'm going to say this, that Brother McLean, his wife, the lovable Tiffany, that had went down to Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. That was in St. Petersburg, right?
Yes, sir.
St. Petersburg, Florida, and they met some top people, influential people. He gonna talk about it. He have a special guest tonight that I don't know. That he confirmed right now that's what you see right there. He confirmed right now that they cannot wait. Do you know like this? Now, Clarence, I want you to get in touch with Timothy McLean. If he wants to come, get in touch with him too. If you want, if I believe that out to you.
Yeah, got you.
But it's going down tonight. I cannot wait. Because I'm like a little kid. I can't wait. Because I'm going to give me some doggone rest for that. I'm laying right now. And you know right now, but please tell people to come tonight. Because it's very important. You got to support our champions from yesteryear. Trainers and everybody. You got to do that. All right? So, on behalf of my channel, this is the Underrated Boxer Talk number 30. Number 31 is next. 905. But our people listen to the clouds. In the clouds, yo, show them the combination. Show them the combination, McClain. Oh, all right. Oh, you ain't want that. Turn to left. Oh, he dipped on you. See that? See, yo was out. You're out. You see how he float? Oh, see, like that. Oh, catch. Oh, dang, he catching me all right, all up in the dome. I'm out. but, and also, yes, I want you to come back too. We have to support the champions. Give them the roses that they deserve right now. We got to stop giving them the roses that they gone. Give them the roses what they here right now. 9:05 tonight is start. But I would advise you again, and I'm gonna keep on saying this. Get here before 9:05. Let's fill up the chat room. Wait for it. Tell your people, tell anybody you can. All right. So until then, fill it up before 9:05. But until then, this is the end of the Underrated Boxing Talk number 30. Thank you for TS Boxing to come through. Very much appreciate it. We will hopefully see you in the chat at 9:05, even before then. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, brother McClain. Oh, dang! I mean, that driving my face. Dang, I mean, you gotta let me know. I gotta do the show tonight. You know? Oh God, he hit me in that. Do it. Have my head knocked back a few times. But he's gonna bring somebody special, and he's gonna talk about the spirits of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
Please, if you want to support, this is the time to support. Women, you can come too. Bring your kids that's up in age. Let them know the history of the Boxing Hall of Fame. Until 9:05 tonight. That's a little more than 3 hours from now. I mean, less than 3 hours from now, matter of fact. This is the end of the Underrated Boxing Talk number 30. Number 31 is next, 9:05. Thank you. And everybody in the chat. It's going down tonight, but this one is Ghost.
Peace.